Hello! It is time to review some YouTube comments from last week's videos. Hopefully you're watching this on Wednesday. Hopefully you're having a great week so far. And I'm going to read some of your comments from the videos last week. If you want to be in this video, leave a comment that's good. You might make it in there. Yeah, today we got some trolling to go over, some good ones, some bad ones, some insightful comments. Kind of a mixed bag today. So let's get started, and if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll start here with DigiDread. Bandai should consider establishing official streams to increase awareness of the game among both new and experienced players. While independent casters currently stream the event and their efforts are appreciated, Bandai could promote these streams through their official social media channels to reach a wider audience. Therefore, your point is valid. I technically agree with this. However, I do think it is more official and more proper to just have your own stream. Like the store that's holding it should stream it or something. Or a content creator should just be able to stream it on their channel or whatever. It doesn't really matter how, but there should be an official stream. Because it's a good point. You know, it's fun for the experienced players to come and watch a stream. Sometimes. Depends. But 99% of the time, it's a fun and at least worthy of your eyesight experience. But it also does help bring in new players. Like, you look at these massive Pokemon streams, these massive Yu-Gi-Oh streams, massive Magic streams, and you'll have people that are bored one day, they'll click on the stream, and they'll say, you know, maybe I'm going to give this a shot. Or maybe these are people that gave it a shot at one point, said, no, thank you, but now see it, and we're like, you know what, I could get a second win of this or something. And then they buy more cards. It's marketing. It's basic marketing. It's such a shame they don't take advantage of it. Bussy Destroyer. Digimon has always been the red-headed stepchild of Bandai's properties. Gets acknowledged enough to drive sales with its respectable niche, but nothing more. This extends outside of the TCG since years ago. Old suits at John Bandai. And Battle Spirits, will that make it? It's dead. But we'll get to that. Yeah, I don't know why Digimon always gets the shaft. It just sucks. It's just a terrible thing. Like, hasn't Digimon in general been working on a video game for like years now? Isn't like Digimon just where's the anime? You know, like I know Adventure 2020 came out. I know Ghost Game came out. Yeah, I know. But instead of like an anime, they do a webcomic for Liberator. Like, what the fuck is that? We know that they know how to do animes in recent history. Like just, yeah. They do just enough with this game, and it's so sad to see. I hate it. Oh, that's one too many. Kurogane and I Dragon. Bandai doesn't care about Digimon. They'll do the minimum to keep the dedicated player base interest in buying the products, but if there's no money involved, then there's no point. That's basically it. They will do the absolute minimum, and it's been like that for 5 years. Almost. It's a shame. C. Willie B. Real question. Why not just leave it at don't buy the pre-sales and make a video about other cards in the market instead of making a whole ass video about the pre-sale cards? See, I think this guy is trolling. However, I have a real clap back, and I actually have a real answer. Assuming that the guy is being genuine. If the guy is not being genuine, I have receipts. So this is yesterday's Market Watch that he commented on. You can find his comment right here, right down here. It was up until a minute and 34, 35 seconds, 37, 36 seconds that I was talking about the pre-sales in this video. Now, if a minute and 36 seconds out of 10 minutes and 3 seconds is defined as whole ass, I think we're talking about very tiny asses. That just seems like the measurement is off a little bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Now, here's the real answer. This is not so much like... This cannot be a post a separate video and be done with it. This has to be a mission. You know, throughout the years I've been doing this, throughout the years that I've been the Market Watch guy for Digimon, I am the Market Watch guy for Digimon. Throughout the years that I've been saying, don't buy the pre-sales, you know how many dozens, maybe... It's probably over 100 by now. It's definitely over 100 now. I'm trying to think. Anyway, so many people leave comments, message me, and say, I didn't buy the pre-sales, thank you. Or I sent this video to my friend, he's not buy the pre-sales. Something like that. The fact that I've been able to help people see the errors of buying pre-sales is a wonderful thing. But it's not something I can just make a whole ass video about, stick it on my channel, and be done with it. It'll get lost in the sauce very easily. It's more effective to do something, let's take my Market Watch videos. There's 3 a week right now. A minute, for 3 videos a week. That way it's constantly being fed into the brains of the people who need to see it. There are some people, like probably this guy, who doesn't need to see this. He probably knows better, or he's ignorant, doesn't care. Whatever the answer is, he doesn't need this. However, it's not about him. It's about everyone. And as you know, multiple studies have shown with literally anything that the more you do something, the more effective it is for retention. If you do all your studying for like an exam or something, just one day of the week, it not only becomes a monumental task, but the retention goes down. Instead of just splitting that up amongst 5 days a week, you're constantly staying refreshed, engaged, and it's a lot better that way for memory retention. So it's kind of that principle, right? The goal is to get this in front of as many eyes as possible, to advise to not buy the pre-sales because it's a scam and people should not fall for it. And it's a lot more effective of doing it this way than just one video that'll get lost in my channel in a week from now, because I post daily videos pretty much. I hope that answer helps. That is the real answer to the real question. Gibby the Beard. I sold the alt Dino B almost 2 weeks ago after the last market watch covered it at $54. After I listed, the market price dropped to $30. So after a buyer messaged me asking if I could do better than what I was asking, I justifiably obliged. I knew I should have held out. While the money I made off of my 3 promo Digimon made up for it. Yeah. It all comes... There's always going to be your great winners. There's always going to be small winners and maybe occasionally some losers, right? I have definitely throughout my course of card game sales in the last 7-8 years of my life, I have definitely been there and have sold cards at the highest price point possible. I have also sold cards at a high price point, but not the highest. I've also sold cards at a little bit just above, just a little high. And maybe if I waited it out, it would have been a lot better. However, you just don't know. The markets move very quick. We even saw it this week with the stock market, for instance. Markets in general just move quickly sometimes, and you don't really know what to expect. You don't know what price point something will fall at or something will rise to. You know the general direction, it'll go up or it'll go down, but you don't know by which degree something will go up by what amount or down by what amount. So you're always trying to operate under the rules of making profit. And if you think you can make more profit, then you hold. If you don't think you can make more profit, then let it go and stick that money into something else. That's the general rule of thumb for that. Ripsy. I wonder if Zephyr Ace is going to be as expensive as Medieval Gallantmon. They almost do the same thing with minor differences, except the nasty overflow potential. Someone in the comments, people just roasted this guy. But anyway, what drugs are you taking to make you think the two are the same? They're not the same. Medieval Gallantmon is a better card than Zephyr Ace. What might carry it is the fact that Zephyr Ace is Zephyr, so it's the Liberator poster channel. It's like War Greymon, but it's a green bird instead with an ace. And that'll drop the price a little bit, but still, I don't think it'll reach Medieval Gallantmon levels. Nowhere near. Because Medieval Gallantmon is just better. Not only does it have no overflow, but you can splash it in any green deck or any red deck or any deck you just want a good on play in. Whereas a Fogomon Ace can only go in green decks, and if you want to splash it in somewhere. But why would you splash that card in over Medieval Gallantmon? There's no real reason to. Medieval Gallantmon, when this card comes out, will see more play than Zephyr Ace. And that's kind of why. Hope that helps. That guy over, I feel BBS, I think he means Battle Spirit Saga, was fun, but Bandai needs to stop making new card games every 9 months. They are literally competing against themselves at this point. They are. But that's the decision that they've chose to make as a company. We've talked about this before on the channel. They like to take a multi-shot approach, whereas something like Yu-Gi-Oh will put all its eggs in one basket. Bandai will not. Bandai likes to just capture as many different audiences as possible through as many different mediums, even in the card game sense. That's how they decided to do business. And they know they're competing against themselves. They know that someone who may have bought Digimon cards will now no longer buy Digimon cards because instead they're going to buy One Piece cards. But Bandai doesn't care because Bandai is still getting the money no matter what. And when they do these limited print run distributions where they only do print to order, they're always guaranteed to make money. That's what it is. Battle Spirits flopped. It flopped. You know, that no one was interested. Games sucked. IPs sucked. A lot of it sucked. It was just a giant suck. I don't know what else to say. It's not like a Digimon or a One Piece or even a Dragon Balls. Like, what the hell is Battle Spirit Saga? I had no idea what it was until literally the game was introduced. And there are people that will play games for IP recognition. Like, that's just how it goes, you know. How many people played One Piece because they knew the One Piece characters, right? Or Digimon, or the Dragon Balls, or Union Arena, which is popping off, let me tell you. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah. But there's more comments to this. JG and Mech. I ran an intro to the OP TCG and BSS TCG event for my college club last year. One Piece is so much easier to teach and learn. The mana system in BSS was obtuse, and honestly, people just weren't having fun with it. It's too bad, but not only is the game hard to learn, but it's just not that fun. Fall from the start. I would disagree that BSS is hard to learn, but I agree with the rest of it. Maybe that's just because I'm game brain, and like, to me, Bandai games are just easy. Am I gonna get a shot for saying that? I don't know. You know, it does matter though. If the average person will find One Piece easier than BSS, then they might go with One Piece. And that's kind of how it goes with people, right? Humans sometimes will take the easiest path to a desirable outcome. This extends to hobbies. So it does kind of make sense. Rockmare. There were a lot of comments on the BSS video. I only picked 3 like I usually do. And I don't want to pick comments this long. But I thought this one was a really good synopsis of the history. As someone who brought boxes for the first time set to support the game, it already has issues from the beginning. The marketing was terrible, the pull rates were terrible, products were hard to come by since the stores that hold the pro release events didn't actually carry any products despite being listed on the website. Prices, he did 2 number 3s. Prices tanking too fast. When the 1 per case rare drop to less than $3, you know you're in trouble. And last but not least, certain staple critical to color-specific builds being promo tournament exclusive only. Where have we seen that before? All this happening during the first set release, and as a result, I didn't even bother with set 2 and beyond. And that's right from a horse's mouth. This guy is telling you why it all went terribly. And I agree with all this. I did not know this amount of detail when it came to the sets, but yeah, you should not have a 1 per case rare drop as $3 card. That's terrible. So yeah, no good. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. But as I mentioned in my BSS video, we can learn from it. We can move on from it. We don't have to suffer the same way they did. Bandai just has to start using their brain a little bit more. Virgin Ears. Pre-sales are like buying Snapchat Premium. Useless. Yeah. True. Wanger said, sold my Runa for $50 way back when, and I don't regret it. I believe you. I do believe that. Jimaji. Mario, when is the best time to buy one or new SPs, on release or shortly after? So which someone says depends on the card. It depends. 9 times out of 10, they will go down in price. However, some will stand the test of time and even explode past that. And the things that tend to help that are meta viability and the fan base nostalgia bait. Like Magna X, Antibody, exploded because the card is just such a good dominating card. Makes sense. But something like Piedmon Ace right now sucks. So no one is going to really care about it. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how it works. So I hope that helps. Gibby the Beard again. Coffee must be pretty bad in Canada if Starbucks is the best coffee in your area. So here's my thing, right? This is why I include this comment. Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee drinks are the best coffee drinks on the planet. I've been over this before. I'll probably go over it again at some point. It just is that good. Now, Tim Hortons is a Canadian staple. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm going to be real with you. It's not bad. It's better than McDonald's coffee, in my opinion, but it's not better than Starbucks. Starbucks is just better. The problem is Starbucks costs 3 times as much. So, like, do you pay 3 times as much for a better coffee experience, or do you not? Me personally, I've always lived near a Tim Hortons. Just conveniently, always in my life since I've been an adult. No matter where I've been, no matter where I've perched myself, I'm always near a Tim Hortons. So I always get a Tim Hortons. But I'm going to be real with you. If instead I lived by a Starbucks, I would not go out of my way for Tim Hortons. I would just drink Starbucks every day. I actually have a fun story if you guys are interested. So back when I was in university, and I was taking my program, there were these 3 women, we'll call them. These are your typical annoying, over-the-top, bubbly women, right? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, something relatable, well, it's not relatable, something they did was they always brought Starbucks every morning. You know, I didn't have all my classes with them, but like if I had a class with them in a morning, I believe it was Mondays and Wednesdays, they always had Starbucks. And they never talked to me, ever. I came in with my Tim Hortons coffee, you know, I did my thing, studied, whatever. And these women were not very, you know, smart. I'm sure they were smart in some areas, but like as far as retaining the information in the course, not that good. Like I graduated with honors, for instance. They did not. You know, what can you do? Anyway, so it's a fun little social experiment, just for fun, just to see what would happen. I started going out of my way those mornings specifically to grab Starbucks in the morning before the class. And after a few sessions, I guess they noticed because they started talking to me, like asking my help for their problems and whatever, and being like, "Oh, we should study after at the end of the day if you're interested." And it was very interesting. I declined because those people are not for me. But like, you know, I provide a little bit of help here and there and whatever. But it's interesting that they only talked to me after I started bringing the Starbucks every day. It's almost like it's a super cultural divide. Like Starbucks puts you on this pedestal that no one else can compete to. I don't know what the point of sharing that story was. I just thought like sharing that story. So there you go. There's some Mario lore for you. NSP, NSP, NSP. Let's go, NSP hype. I hate it so much. Legend. Womp womp, get banned. Gotta see this happen, but I feel sorry for the players that got fucked because of it. Hopefully some other stores picks up the torch for them and does things in a more ethical way. I agree. Ethics are important. You should just strive to be more ethical. I got nothing else to say to that. Rana. Kit flipping is just as prevalent in all Bandai TCGs. There are a handful of people in the canon group that post sealed kits the day they release them, Ultimate Cups, release events, everything. Feel like, as a community, we should try harder to get Bandai to stop this. I've questioned some people about the situation in the past and talked to a store owner that said he was still in the process of getting these for the store. So it's shitty seeing people actually trying to foster a community have to wait for while these people profit off event promos. Yeah, I know that this store, this Gundam flipping store, was reported, and I think it was through the TCG Plus app. So if you see that stuff, I recommend you report it on that app and watch them get shut down. And get everyone you know to do it as well. And that's the quickest way to do it, because it is not an okay practice. It's bad. It sucks. And it is prevalent, which is the most unfortunate part. The Yer Chamla. I would love to hear your opinion on the 2 guys in the comments that were defending the store. I don't know who the 2 guys were defending the store. I don't know the commentary of their comments. However, I will tell you why people would defend this in the first place. I'll tell you why. So, why do scalpers scalp? Scalpers don't scalp because they want to bring pain to you. They don't even care about you. They scalp because they see it as a way to, pay their bills, or to take a nice vacation, or to build their own wealth. That's why people scalp, right? And it's a similar thing with the pre-sales. Why do stores do pre-sales? We covered this on a video somewhat recently. If a store has the ability to sell a single for $20 instead of $10 when it comes out, what will a non-ethical store do? They'll post it for 20 and try to get as much milk from it as possible. It's all the same thing. That's why people defend it, because it's all about the hustle. But then this goes back to the ethics thing, which I have a problem with. You can make money without fucking people over. It's been done, people do it, and it continues to be done. But it's all about greed, and it's all about taking advantage of the uninformed. And that's all it is. That's why it sucks. So, my opinion on anyone who, backs pre-sellers or scalpers, or in this case, this store did what I consider worse than scalping, but, whatever. Anyone that defends that kind of stuff in general, to me, no good. Doesn't matter why. I mean, I know why. It's because either you like the store, you like the people doing it, or your moral compass just tells you it's fine. That's where we have differences of opinions. And I'll leave it at that. We got one more comment, or two more comments? One more comment. Captain Gamer, All Force kept topping throughout BT 13-14 while Massey never did. I mean regionals, not locals, that's your reason. To where someone said only one person was topping All Force to be specific. LOL. Okay. I was being a bit tongue-in-cheek when I was comparing Rena to Miri on a market watch. I'm biased because Mastermon is a yellow vaccine deck. However, this leads to a more interesting conversation. All Force did top more. Why? Because the same two people were topping with it. It's not that the deck itself is amazing, but it's that these same people have taken the time to really perfect the craft and are confident enough to run with it, whereas 99.9% of the other Digimon population will not. But this happens all the time, right? I was the only person in BT9 that really topped with Ancient Greymon. There might have been one or two more after I won and topped an event back-to-back with it, but, that was me. When everyone else thought the meta was Melga X, Wargrey X, Alphamon, whatever, I went in there hot with my Ancient Greymon, and I plowed people. Also in BT 12, I think it was. No, 13? I don't remember when it was. Last year, I did one regional. I topped it with Marcus Vaccine. That was my build. I made it. No one else topped with it that whole format. And other scenarios, other people doing this as well. Chungman was the guy topping Ancient Greymon, I think BT7 or something. And I think that Tyler Sear is the only person, to my knowledge, that's topped an event recently with the Mother Control deck. I might be wrong on that. But the point is, just because a deck tops does not necessarily mean everyone should play it and it's the best deck in the format and it's better than deck B or something like that. It just so happens that you get some people dedicated to their own craft and they make it work. And that's what it's all about. And that'll do for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And yeah, see you later. Bye.